How are you guys doing? You guys know me. It's Concept if you're on this page, and you know me from back in high school, probably 2011. Used to be your local hometown rapper, we shall say, but you can put whatever label on me that you want, because I don't give a shit anymore. Um, anyways, it took a little bit of a hiatus from like 2012 to 2023. Didn't really start recording again until 2025. Got some money saved up, bought some equipment, and been writing music for a while. I took a lot of a hiatus between like 2012 and 2015 writing wise, because I didn't really have anything to write about. To be honest with you, because back then I was making music just to make music. It was stupid shit a lot of the times, and I'll be the first one to tell you a lot of that stuff that I was writing about back then was just stupid nonsense shit. There was a few songs I wrote back then that had a lot of meaning, but there's also a lot of them that didn't have no meaning at all other than God needed a verse and I put a verse on the track. And don't get me wrong, there's a few tracks that I've done in the last year that's goofy tracks, but that's just being fun basically. It's not, back then I was just doing every song that way. But the majority of the music I've been coming up with here lately has all been written about my life, what's been going on with me for the last 5 or 6 years. If you haven't been caught up with me for since high school, we shall say, or if you're new here, in 2023, I was diagnosed with leukemia, and it was a subtype of APL, and it's the most aggressive, but it's also, if you catch it in time, it's the most curable, if you shall say. I caught it definitely in time. I was short of breath, stuff, had bruising and stuff here on my arms, and went to the doctor. They did blood work, all that stuff. I ain't gonna get into all the details about it, but I was in the hospital there for about a month, and during that time, they pulled about 8 teeth up top because they were afraid that they were going to get infected. So they pulled them, and I was basically without front teeth, and I have partials now. They're not the greatest looking things, but they're better than no teeth. But whenever you get back into music and you're used to singing and rapping a certain way, it's hard to get back into it. So I basically had to learn how to talk and sound decent again in partials, and getting back into music and doing fast lyric stuff. It's been a challenge, but we're getting there. But that should get you a little bit caught up. I'm in remission now. I've been in remission for going on 3 years. But hopefully it never comes back, and that was an eye-opener for me when that happened. Back then I was more worried about what other people were thinking about me, and I could honestly give two shits what people think of me anymore. I've been through so much shit that I needed an outlet, and music is my outlet. So, all the lyrics and stuff that I wrote over the last 4 or 5 years definitely has been, stories that people can relate to, of losing babies due to miscarriages, losing your parents. I lost my dad there a few years back. Your mental health challenges, like mentally, like that was very draining. It's still to this day. I have medical trauma like crazy. Like every little thing like irks me. So it's been a battle, but like I said, I'm using music as an outlet, and I'm glad you're here to watch and listen. And I hope one of my songs can relate to you some sort of way. But anyways, we're going to get into this track I've been working on. It's called Behind These Walls, and I actually released this for about 30 minutes, then I deleted it because it made me mad. There was part of the songs or part of the lyrics or the vocals just didn't sound the way I wanted them to sound. And I was sick whenever I actually sang the chorus part of it, and that's the part that I want to change the most. There's a few things in the verse I want to change lyric-wise as well, but this is what we got so far, and I'll show you the parts that I'm not a super fan of as well. You know, I feel every family out there has dealt with some sort of addiction, whether it be their family member or themselves, and we rarely get to see the other side of it. A lot of people don't make it through. Yeah. Everybody had that person they depended on. Back when life was lighter, we would stay up long. Said the weight was heavy, tried to keep it straight. Soon as he was gone, man, the ground gave way. Like a long dark haze. 1 week missing, well, dead and cold. Better get hit now, don't take it slow. Their halls have barely moving, echo off the walls, I'm in the hallway. Karma circle like it always does. Heart blew out like the hell he was. Behind these walls, the nights feels long. We smile in public, but something's wrong. Behind these walls, we barely speak. We hold our breath till we feel and weak. So fair warning, this next part is the part that I want to change because it sounds like ass. And I will be the first one to tell you, I'm my worst critic. And, you know, the last thing I want is something to sound bad. And when I released it, I thought at first it sounded good, but evidently my ears were not hearing. It wasn't hearing right. So this section right here is what I want to change. This last section actually don't sound too bad. That middle section just pisses me off every time I hear it. Nope. I don't know why all of a sudden that area right there was decent. Yeah. Everybody got a night where the ceiling caves. When you hang about a thread in the darkest days. Body saying quit, but your spirit stays. Staring at the edge like it's calling your name. You lose parts of you that you can't replace. Carrying ghosts in your chest that you can't erase. Every step feel heavy, every breath like pain. Like the ground keeps moving when you try to stay. Most strikes slow like the way you carry. Learning how to stand when your vision's blurry. Same fire burning, but your eyes look wary. Different now, but you're still here breathing. We hold that anger like it's part of us. Ruffle blood when the hurt cuts deep enough. Swear we'll never drop all the rage we clutch. See, we realize hatred teaches us. So you let it burn. And you let it pass. Sit with the stone till it looses its grass. Not for the person who did you bad. So you can live and move past the past. Now when I see you, I see the fight. Every single step shows I'm still alive. Bruised but breathing, still standing here. You walked through hell when you made it clear. Behind these walls, the night feels long. We smile in public, but something's wrong. Behind these walls, we barely speak. We hold our breath till we feel and weak. Behind these walls, the pressure stays. We lose ourselves. Like I said, that little bit right there, just ooh. I don't like it. But anyways, you guys get a little bit of a glimpse. So like I said, I'm gonna start doing some more video like this, just to see you guys see a face behind the music. I feel like that's something that you guys need to see. I got this nice camera here for the shop, and I was like, well, I'll utilize it for doing the visuals for this as well. I plan on doing some music videos here in the springtime as well. So definitely be watching the page. If you haven't liked this page, like this video, and subscribe if you're on YouTube, because I'm going to post it on Facebook and YouTube. I'm going to try to do a little bit of TikTok too, but I got to figure out how to do that with the whole thing. Man, did I just hit that microphone? Oh man, this is my baby. I don't like hitting it. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and let me know what's your guys' favorite track, because I want to know.